welcome to another week of craziness.
Yeah. We're just rolling with the punches.
Exactly. Rolling with the punches. No, last week I told Rick, I said, let's start contacting some people and just roll the dice, see it out, who answers, who doesn't answer. Give it a shot. And as always, whenever we do have somebody on the show, we don't really chit chat much up front. We get them on and start listening to them. Yeah. So I messaged this gentleman on Instagram, and he was gracious enough to message me back pretty quickly and offered to come on today. So it was pretty cool that he was willing to do that. I know he has a very busy schedule, plus a 3-hour time difference out in California. But he is known for his training, his personal training, his celebrity training. I mean, we'll show you his contact information later, and he has no problem paying any DC or Marvel comic heroes with the shape this guy's in. So
yeah, this is the kind of guy that you want to take your picture of your head and put it on his body.
I mean, well earned, I'm sure. So,
big jerk.
Without further ado, we're going to bring on Mr. Alex Jamal, fitness trainer. And here it is. Welcome, Alex.
Welcome.
Appreciate you taking time out to come on. You too.
It's a pleasure.
So I guess, I mean, I was thinking today of some questions I wanted to ask you. And the one question that popped up to me was, when you have you're training someone, you're training, somebody, Joe Schmo, myself, or you're training a Frank Stallone, or you're training, someone of a name, is there a different mentality you go into with that than you would the other person?
Well, it's look, training to get someone to be committed to training. I believe first working on the mindset of the person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So here's the average person. The average person is not really loving training. They're not really like, oh, I'm excited. I'm gonna go work out 4 times a week. The average person doesn't think this way. So one of my jobs as a successful trainer, and that's some tips I give to my other friends who are trainers, is you have to work also on the mindset of the person.
Mm-hmm.
So then, of course, you need to know what's their goal. So accordingly, these two things have to be like changing and flexible. So some actors, for example, they haven't, many don't like to work out, to be honest with you. Right? And so then, but then they get this role, or even just another person who, like, oh, for example, I'm the CEO of a company, but I don't look. I need to keep looking in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So that you have to like try to simplify exercises, make it more like adjust them. So change some moves, get 2 exercises in one time. Some exercises have to be changed according to the time and the person and the ability. That's.
So now you mentioned somebody that's a CEO of a company who wants to look a certain way. Obviously, they want to look as fit and like a leader. Would that be more of a challenge to get them to change their mindset of trying to make sure that they train more often, as opposed to
the biggest challenge would be, I want to say, probably their time.
Okay.
So. And then taking them out of their anxious world, because they're always like stressed and anxious. Like I have, for example, a big lawyer. He has a lot of anxiety. Like he would, for example, send me my payment 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, what were you doing? I can't sleep because I'm thinking. So the exercise or my training is his getaway. So when he meets me, he likes to put the TV on, and he likes to. He doesn't think much, so he just like space out and the way I've been successful with him is I'll make the exercise as simple as for him. Like I said, okay, Jared, sit here, do 1, 2, 3. We will be like, I'll just, I try to make sure he's doing it correctly, but
Makes sense.
I can feel his anxiety. I can
Yeah.
feel when sometimes I have to call him twice and he will be like spacing out. So those
Mhm.
people have, because of their big role and their big responsibility, uh, exercise was the best thing they did to themselves, actually,
Sure.
or one of
And
the
I
best.
I saw that you either said or you posted on your site that it was the actual workout isn't like the exercise or the nutrition isn't the hardest part. It's the mindset is what
Mindset, yes.
is what you said and what you've been speaking about, which is, you know, most of the battle is getting past your own self.
Exactly. I mean, like personally, I'm retired now because I wanted to excel in different ways in my life. Uh, but I'm a former champion, former competitor, so I did 9 international competitions,
Wow.
and you know, like I remember one of them. One of them, it was the World Championship, and I was very focused. I'm still training some people, but Frank Stone was very supportive at that time. And here's an incident for you. I'm walking on Cannon Drive in Beverly Hills with a friend of mine, and Frank and Sly coming down from the pizza place.
Oh
You know
yeah.
the pizza.
Oh, Marbury
So
Street.
remember exactly. So
Yep.
then I'm almost maybe I want to say 2.5 weeks away from my competition, which is the World Fitness Championship. It was in Budapest, but I was very focused at that time and dialed in my diet. And then Frank was like, "Sly, look, this is Alex. He looks shredded." So it was all about my mindset. It was very hard diet. It was very specific and I couldn't even watch like try to be like okay maybe I can just go out a little or something. No, so to get
Wow.
myself into that was all mindset. And then after that, you go to the gym and you have always to remind yourself that it's a big goal for you. You do you really how much do you want this? Like
Sure.
you want you want to be remembered, or you want to just go and travel and say, "Oh, I was there." So
Right.
the main thing, and I want to say that almost everything is your mindset. Your mindset will determine a lot of your success, whether it's you're building a company or you have a project you're working on, and you don't want to tap right away. Oh, I can't do that, or even after a week, oh, I'm tired. So that's actually what I tell my clients. I tell my girlfriend, I tell everybody. Okay, first you have whatever you used to do before definitely got you to where you are right now.
Right.
Okay, but if
Right.
you're not satisfied with this, that means that route has to change.
Yeah.
If you want to be this successful CEO or actor, wherever you are now, was because of this route or this strategy. So how
Right.
about we do a better mindset that gets you to this level?
Very good.
Right.
Very good.
Now you mentioned Frank Stallone. Obviously, we both know that he's a very good friend of yours. So why don't you kind of give us a little feedback, a little backstory on that, not feedback, on how did you wind up training Frank for the first time?
Frank and I have been friends probably since maybe after a month I moved here. I met him actually. I met him on a red carpet in the Chinese theater. It
Oh
was
my God.
was the premiere for Generation Iron. It was the first movie after Pumping Iron. So remember
Oh.
Pumping Iron for
Oh,
Arnold back in the
geez,
day.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
So that was the first after 30 years or something. The first bodybuilding movie,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
only I was very lucky to get invited, and only certain people were invited to that premiere. It was big. It was red carpet on Chinese theater, Hollywood,
Jeez.
and then my friend Samir Benuti is Mr. Olympia, and Mike Torsha, and I think you interviewed Mike, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had
yeah.
Mike.
So and then Kai Green, and a lot of bodybuilding. And then Frank comes in. I'm like, wow, Frank, nice to meet you. And Frank's father, back in the days, I think in the 50s, he visited where I was born, which is Beirut, Lebanon. So he was very excited about the culture and the food, and he started talking to him. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, okay, tell me more. And there's a restaurant next to where he lives, Samin, which is we go there. Him and I we eat every time. And he's a great gentleman. It's not like you really need to talk to Frank to know how much he's dialed in many like history or many things. He read many books, over maybe 1,000. So he likes to talk and meet new people, and then uh, he's into workout, right? Because he stays in
Oh
great
yeah.
shape. He's a singer, songwriter. He wants to stay in shape for his voice. Uh, and then after that, yeah, we became very good friends, and somehow we started working out. We were the same gym. We started working out. Unfortunately, sometimes he gets the injuries because he used to do polo and horseback riding,
Oh
and he
yeah.
shoots a lot of
Yeah.
bow. He likes bow,
Yeah.
and that gave him some arthritis in his shoulder.
Hmm.
So it's not from my training at all. It's actually the opposite. When you train, you strengthen your joints, you strengthen your muscles, you protect yourself. But uh, Frank always been an icon of Gold Gym. Actually, he's been there since 1983.
No kidding.
So
Oh,
yeah,
jeez.
um, and the late Franco Colombo is his best friend, the same as
Yep.
he's the one who trained Sly for
Yep.
many things. Um, yeah, so both of us loved working out, and then we agreed on a schedule and timing, and we started working out more and more. And lately, the last, I want to say, since the pandemic, we've been working out consistently more. He
Okay.
was feeling better, uh, but sometimes I traveled, he travels. There
Hmm.
was some injuries for him, but pretty much we were consistent. Uh, he goes out a little on the weekend, but that's about it.
Well, he's in great shape. He
Yeah,
looks like he's pretty fit. So well, both the Stallone boys are. So you know.
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
one, I mean, sorry, yeah, both of them they make sure they're working out.
Yeah.
Except one time, like okay, Sly after he retired and left, and he took a break, but he did make us a very nice surprise, and that's when we were. It was Frank's birthday. It's the only time I'm very lucky, very, very lucky actually. The only time Sylvester visited Gold's Gym Venice, which is the one,
Hmm.
the iconic one now,
Yeah. The Mecca,
he never went there, by the way. He went to the older one. That's when Franco, way back in the day.
the
Oh
one
yeah.
down the street, the one down the street from
Yeah, the
Venice, right?
smaller one. Yeah. So uh, Sly walks in, and we were shooting the family Stallone. It was Frank's birthday. It was, I think, it was his 70th birthday. I don't know. Yeah, so it was very special, and it was actually the highlight of my career. I want to say working out with the both Stallones, Frank and
Oh
Sly.
God.
That was
Tony, can you
I'm
imagine?
very proud to be his friend, and very yeah. That's at the end we took this photo, and then Sly said a joke, and all of us laughed. So he's like, "Oh, do you like falafel?" I said, "No, I don't like it. It's fried food." Like, okay, so
God.
yeah, it
Too
was an
funny.
awesome experience. It's on my Instagram. There's some footage. Yeah, it was like some very very nice moment that I think that's like probably it was like for me winning an Olympia, like
Oh
the
yeah.
biggest right. 'Cause
So,
Sure.
you
Alex,
don't
was
get
this the same? Was this the same
yeah.
day?
I took this picture, right, and this
Oh,
picture went
get out!
viral. It went viral,
You
and it
took
Yeah.
was
that picture?
I took that picture.
That picture was
Uh,
everywhere.
this
Yeah, it was.
picture, and I appeared, and it happened. There was other people shooting, and I was very focused on training Frankenstein at that moment because there's cameras. We were shooting with real. I had a microphone. Maybe one day this footage will be up somewhere. But yeah, and then these videos started going viral, and people
Yeah.
start tagging me or sending me these, and then I'm like, okay, this is my gym. I've been going there forever.
Yeah.
This is the moment. Uh, so it
So
was
another guy
good.
that is very closely attached to the Gold's Gym in Muscle Beach, Venice, California, is this gentleman.
Yeah, Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, Arnold and I've met Arnold actually. I was visiting in 2012. So I competed in the Arnold Classic 3 times in a row.
Okay.
Oh wow.
You qualify to that as a men's physique. I was the first Middle Eastern men's physique in the world to do that 3 times in a row. And I'm a natural guy versus the unnatural. But it's what you decide to do, you know. So in February 2012, uh, I got a call from a friend, and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm resting. You know, I might go to the gym later on." And he said, "Okay, you have 20 minutes to be in Beverly Hills. Arnold is waiting for you."
Oh my
And,
God.
Waiting for
and I'm
you.
like, I was like, "What did you say?" He's like, "You have 20 minutes here. You better make it. You have the car. Come." And I'm in mid Wilshire, so how I'm gonna make it to Beverly Hills in 20 minutes? I have no idea. So, yeah, believe it or not, I jumped from my place. I just get ready. I just jump in the car, and I started driving on Wilshire. And of course, I probably pissed many people off. But I'm like, oh my goodness! At that time, I was 28, and I was training hard. All that I had in my life is training, eating. I was almost professional, like and just competing. I didn't even focus much on my business, just focusing on making my name more as an athlete because that's what at that time I wanted.
Sure.
Um, and I was visiting actually from London. I used to live in England. That's where I studied, and then I was visiting LA for 5 months, and that was 2 weeks before me going to the Columbus, Ohio Arnold Classic. So then I get to that place where my our common friend between me and Arnold, and then before that actually I was late. I said, please, hey, I called him, please make him wait. I'm almost 5 minutes away. And then I get there. There's the valet parking. I just throw my car, just run out, and then I walk in the door, and then Arnold. I didn't know him, and he tells my friend, uh, "Here's your friend. He comes in." So he's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Huh? How did he know me?" So anyway, uh, yeah, that was our first time 12 years ago, and after
Wow.
that we became more. Uh, I see him in the gym. We talk, and he's like, "Oh, I see you in Ohio. How's your training? How's it going?" I don't like to interrupt. Same as I don't like to be interrupted when I'm
Sure,
training,
sure.
and it's just like I'm very blessed with my connections, and I'm very lucky to be around these people, either Frank or Arnold or other people. But because then later on in my life, because I was an IFBB judge. So then I became, after I retired, I was offered, or like, I was asked to be the IFBB chairman for California.
Yeah.
And for your listeners, you know, the weight training started from California to the whole world,
Hmm.
whether it's Jackie Lane or Muscle Beach
Yep.
Yeah.
or Arthur Jones or everything started here. All that mechanics and stuff that you guys then some people use these information to you know advance and get better. That's totally great, but everything started here. And
Right.
to become the chairman of fitness in this state, it was like uh, after after the training with Frank, it's like probably the second best thing in my life.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was great. So the next day there was a press release, and it was all over the online media, and then I didn't know. Then I go to the gym, and everyone's looking at me a different way now because I'm the president. I'm like, what the heck happened? I just nothing changed in my life
Yeah, yeah.
yet. So now, no, everyone. So in 2019, I promoted a show, and it was a fitness show, and where people could compete and win, and the winner will qualify. Actually, a winner, a male winner, and a female winner. We flew them to the Arnold Classic to compete
Oh,
and
cool.
represent Team USA. It was a very very great achievement, and it's a great prize. Other competitions do not offer that, so it was only my company. It was named LA Classic Championship, and Arnold was very happy about it, and that made our relationship more closer.
Sure.
And he's like, "You're doing great things. Keep doing it." And his show Arnold Classic was the biggest after the Olympic Games. It used to get, I think it's still, but it gets like around 15,000 athletes overall in different
Wow.
sports. It's in now it's in Columbus, Ohio, or in England, or Australia. The pandemic slowed everything down, definitely,
Yeah, yeah.
but it was the Arnold Classic was very very big. Then it became it was named Arnold Sports Festival.
Okay.
So that was uh,
Okay. I have a very kind of specific question, if I can ask. Is So I was reading about Hugh Jackman the other day, or was it today or yesterday? I can't remember. In this training for the upcoming
Wolverine
Deadpool Wolverine.
with Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Um, he said that he was eating like 5,000 and 6,000 calories a day. I can't even. And then the man was shredded. I That just doesn't make sense in my head because when you're trying to lose weight, the first thing you always do is you cut calories.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'll
to me,
explain
it's
it.
contradictory. So, as an expert as you are, maybe you can
Yeah.
help a couple of over the hill
Yeah.
bums over here.
Well, I am a certified nutritionist, and that's what I studied actually, along with exercise science. So, well, the first thing you want to determine, you're saying when you want to lose weight. Well, he wasn't fat, first of all.
No, he was not.
No, this is here's one thing. So he's not trying to cut. So the amount of calories he's eating, if he's, let's say, he's 230 pounds lean, so he needs at least to maintain that 4,000 calories to 4,500. So he won't lose it. You're saying to
Okay.
maintain. But if you want to look better, then you want to know also these calories where they're coming from. So, for example, I take 2 grams of protein per pound per body, so per kilo, sorry. So that alone is around like right now I'm taking around 230 grams of protein. You multiply that by four, that's around 1,000 just from protein, right?
Just
So then
protein.
you want to look, okay, what's that person workout? His workout is 6 times a week, 1 hour plus. So then he needs that amount of calories to
It needs
keep what
fuel.
he has and build and shed. Definitely, he's not always on that amount, so he's working with a nutritionist that we would change things for him. But if you want to really keep your build and build muscles, you need to eat correctly. You're not just like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm eating 5,000 calories. Um, no, those calories come from carbohydrates and fat and protein. So
Right.
it's very realistic.
Wow. That's
I saw the movie Deadpool and Wolverine. He looks great. Some of it is a little bit CGI, but generally he's shredded and he looks. He's not young too,
no.
uh, but I'm sure his work. I mean, usually always his workouts were very intense and he lifts heavy, and you need that. You need to be able to. You need the energy. So the energy has to come from somewhere. If you're not fat, which is your fat storage, has to come from food. right?
Okay.
So our fat storage is our energy. Let's say you have a backpack, so it's the fat store, it's the energy storage, right? And then the body, when you don't give
Hmm.
the body uh, a certain amount of calories, then the body start tapping into that storage. And this is how you lose weight, actually. Or you want to lose fat, you just don't want to lose weight because you don't want to lose the muscles. Muscles are
Right.
very hard to earn and it's very hard to maintain, and you need to
Yeah.
eat enough protein, uh, or a lot of protein, to maintain them. And as we age, we lose muscles, especially if
Yeah.
you don't work out.
Right.
So the best way to age gracefully and not lose muscles is to have a high protein diet without the high calories, but high protein, meaning without the fried food and cheese and all the processed meat, and to do at least 3 times of weightlifting a week. That's the best
Okay.
way to prevent bone loss, muscle loss, injuries, arthritis, health issues.
And I noticed on your site that you provide that type of information or programs. Not only
Correct.
with you offer like an exercise program, a nutrition program. You offer programs out there to help
Yeah,
people.
I do a lot of I do online training and I do person training in West LA because I'm located in West Los Angeles. But I have clients online and I provide them with specific nutrition plans, and I had 100% success with that, and specific training plans. One of my clients probably she's gonna watch the show, I'm sure, because she's in North Carolina, for example, and she lost so far 21 pounds. I
Okay.
Nice.
changed her life, and I'm very grateful for her, but I love her messages because she's like, you changed my life. I'm very
Yeah.
thankful for you. You know, some people just want this like mentor in their life, or some people
Right.
just want this little push, as we said in the beginning, working
Right.
on the mindset, the motivation, put people on the track. And so the way I do it is not just like I want, okay, take this and eat that, and it's, as I said in the beginning, uh, I ask some specific question and send them, and I try to work on make them understand why we want to do that, or
Yeah.
Mhm.
what's, and then you have, and then it's like I'm giving you the map, and then I will leave you. I'm not gonna be there the rest of your life.
No.
Okay,
Mhm.
you can ask me every once in a while. That's fine. But the point is to understand why you're doing it, so you can do it by yourself when I'm not there, right?
Right.
So you have to work on you. So I work on their understanding what's their purpose, what's the goal, why are we
Mhm.
doing this, how should you keep going.
Yeah, and I thought I saw that you like customize it or you tailor make it to the people who
Yes,
are. Yeah, I thought that was amazing.
Yeah. Well,
thank
it
you.
can't be a one size fits all. Everybody's
No.
No,
metabolism is
there's a
different.
lot of people they try to do that, but no, it's especially when you're working with sometimes women, right? Uh, or even like, excuse me, busy men or older men. So, uh, excuse me, women are very sensitive, meaning the body of a woman is.
Mhm.
So, there's many aspects that we study, and we need to know. I have some questions I ask them, and if they can provide actually blood work or the results of the blood work, that would be very helpful for me
Oh wow.
because then I can understand more how what's happening in the body.
Okay.
Because it's full. Our body functions on two systems mainly: it's the endocrine system and the nervous system.
Okay.
Okay, so we need to know that everything is functioning correctly. Then, of course, the diet will help with that, or the
Mhm.
food plan, or the lifestyle you're going to be put in. That's going to be life changing.
So becoming a bodybuilder and then a fitness coach and so on, you've almost like I'm kind of at a loss for words, but like you're you're like a PhD in
In
fitness.
fitness, he is. He does. Yeah.
Because you have to have so much knowledge, not just on muscles, but on the endocrine system and the nervous system and bodily
Correct.
function.
Well,
I mean, my
yeah.
God, you must have like a PhD or a master's or something like that. It's crazy.
I
That's
mean,
why
well,
I said I
yeah,
studied.
you have to.
Yeah. Well, many of my friends have a PhD and they're researchers, and they don't do exactly what I do, but some people who were able to get their PhD.
But your knowledge is
Yeah.
the
So
knowledge you have is immense.
thank you. Yeah. Well, as a person, you have always to try to excel in your life. You can't, especially in science. There's always research happening, studies happening. Uh, and you always have to stay up to date and read more
Sure.
and know what's happening. And I go also attend sports conferences and nutrition conferences so I can
Okay.
see what's happening in the world and what's new. Uh, I'm part of the ISSN, International Society for Sports Nutrition. It's very important to know also what's happening in the supplement industry because some supplements do really help and they work.
Yeah.
Some do not. I don't endorse any, but especially if they don't. Many people will send me a lot of questions, and I say, listen, I will tell you exactly what works, and I'm not ashamed to say what does not work. Even if the owner of the company is a friend of mine, but and I had sometimes like I don't want to say problems, but we had some conversation with
Hmm.
someone. Like I wouldn't be selling what you're selling it because it's like kind of fake. So yeah, I try to stay as much as possible up to date, and you have to read more and if you're able to. My last certificate actually took me. It's a huge. It's one of the best in training, and it took me around because I was busy around a year,
Okay.
and
Wow.
yeah, it's from ATLIS. It's very they're very 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 up to date in exercise science and they train many Olympic athletes and
Wow.
they had a great record in achieving the big titles. So
Well,
that's
you brought
something
up.
always.
I'm sorry. You brought
Uh,
up something very it kind of touches on a lot of things that Tony and I have talked about, and then there's other people within our lives that we've discussed. This stuff comes up, and you touched on it. Is the supplements that are being sold out there, some of the snake oil, or if it if it looks too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. It's so
yeah.
hard to know because they're these companies, they're preying on people who just want to lose weight so
Yeah.
badly,
Yeah. The
and
quick
they're
pill
like,
fix. One
yeah,
pill's
and
gonna
they're like
fix it
they're
all.
willing to just shell it
Well,
out.
here's a big advice, and here's the biggest something for your listeners.
Yeah.
Here's or a cutting corner, let's say.
Yeah, turn it up, everybody.
Yeah,
Listen
exactly.
intently and
I'm
turn it up.
sorry. I'm sorry to disrupt your imaginations, but there's no fat burners.
Yeah.
Get
Nope.
it? So
Nope.
there's some ingredients they help a little in your metabolism or help a little. Okay, help a little doesn't mean like make you uh, maybe a little bit energetic. But if you don't move, you're not gonna do nothing,
Hmm.
right? So there's
Right.
a lot of
Right.
claims out there, and a claim is a claim. Still, it's a claim, right?
Yeah.
You go on Google, right? What's the meaning of a claim, right?
If you
So
do
there's
this,
no
it'll do
proof,
that.
Right.
right? So uh, caffeine is great, but take it in the right way. It could do a lot for you. It has great benefits. I love it. I use it. But don't think if you take 2 pills, you're gonna lose weight just like that. No, it doesn't work.
Right.
It
Right.
never worked actually this way. But
Yeah.
they give you some energy. There's cinnamon. There's chromium. It helps you with your appetite a little. Vervain now is becoming famous.
Yeah.
There's one I like, Grains of Paradise. Remember the name, Grains of Paradise.
Grains of Paradise.
It's like a pepper. You can either add it to your food. It increases your thermogenesis. But you can get it in pills. Take it before any exercise. It makes your body actually break down fat a little more. But other than that, I would focus on my food, which is your diet, your food plan, and exercise and sleep, and definitely hydration. And if you want to help your body, use arginine, orthine, or citrulline as a amino acid before training.
Amino acid,
That
L-carnitine,
helps.
arginine, ornithine.
Yeah, those increases your natural GH, and they actually anti-aging. They do help in,
Okay.
in overall.
Yeah. Showing my age, but
well-being.
back in the 80s when I was at Gold's Gym, and everybody
Yeah.
started to toy around with some Ivan Drago type of drugs. I did not want to, and the guy I was training with turned me on to arginine and ornithine, L-carnitine.
Yeah, arginine, ornithine,
Yohimbe
actually,
bark.
they're great.
Yeah.
They're great. I would
Yeah.
stay on it all my life.
Oh, no
It's
kidding.
one of the best anti-aging. Like, there's no side effects. Amino acids, not
Mhm.
really. You're not gonna take enough from it, so
Yeah.
it helps in nitric oxide. Excuse me. Actually, nitric oxide, the scientist who discovered nitric oxide won a Nobel Award for it.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he's a great scientist, and it helps in reducing blood pressure. It helps in your heart, and it's a great thing to use.
Okay. Okay.
That's the thing, Rick. Everybody wants a one pill. I take this pill, and I eat
Yeah.
pretty clean.
Yeah, the magic pill is you're never
It's
gonna
gonna
get
transform me. You know, I'm gonna look like myself one day, and then the next day I'm looking like this.
Yeah.
You know, the way it works. But that's not realistic. You know, that's not
That's
the
the
way
hope. Or to look like our friend Alex there.
Yeah, or Alex. Yeah, I'm gonna put this one up here for you, Alex. There you go.
Yeah, I mean.
So yeah, look,
Yeah,
proof's in the pudding,
that
folks.
that was a great photo shoot, actually. Shout out to Kevin Harton. Kevin is one of the best photographers in the world. He used to work for Joe Weider also.
Oh wow!
And I was very fortunate to shoot with him. That was in London. I was living here, but I flew there for the photo shoot. Yeah, it was one of my best photo shoots. Actually, Frank likes that picture. He put it on his media.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be proud of that picture too.
Yeah, well, and getting the.
That's like a year of workout.
Yeah.
Like I was really focused the whole year. I stayed in that decent shape, but I also had a lot of time. Sometimes I don't have.
Yeah, that doesn't happen overnight. You know,
no.
That does not happen overnight. That is a lot of.
Talking about it doesn't happen overnight.
That's discipline right there.
Yeah, you have to have discipline. Discipline and consistency.
You know what? And I think that's why a lot of people tend to flock towards, gravitate or flock towards like a bodybuilder or athletes or movie stars who are in good condition, or people who are in good condition, because it's probably because you just subconsciously know the discipline that you have, you have, that people feed off of, like, oh wow, he's got the chutzpah to do that.
No, it's all. I mean, that's like in the average population, they're the 1%.
Yeah,
the pro athletes, the pro bodybuilders, that guys like you and I. Yeah, I trained back when I did my.
Tony, you should keep working out. You should say when I worked out.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying though. But I even at my peak, I've never looked like that. And at one point, I was I was training pretty, 3 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, and doing my thing. But people don't seem to understand the dedication and the discipline that really takes.
Yeah.
And that's why. Yeah. Oh, amazing.
Discipline, I want to say people lack two things, mainly the discipline. And that's what I work on when I'm training them. And I'm very lucky to have clients that stayed with me that, part of it is you have to make them like what they're doing. And the second part, as I said, understanding the purpose from it. Because if you're doing it without the purpose, you're going to quit after a month.
Yeah. You know what I always found to be frustrating was, I worked out for years. My stuff is actually right there, my bench and my Smith machine and all that stuff. I'm nowhere near as schooled on it as Tony, and nowhere near as schooled on it as you. I just come down and I'd be throwing weights. I'd look things up on Instagram or Pinterest or whatever to try to get programs. And then every once in a while, like another program, like, well, you got to switch up your program. You got to do this. You got to do that. And then after a while, I'm just like, what do I do? I'm trying to do something.
Yeah, and the average person probably does get discouraged for that. They probably
It
don't know where
does.
to
It's
turn.
very discouraging
But
for me.
that's exactly what Alex is saying. If you have somebody there, you're guiding them. I mean, that's what helped me when I was training back when I was younger. I had a gentleman who was training with me, and he was in the type of shape that Alex was in, or is in. I shouldn't say was. He and Rich was, but I knew if I didn't go, he was going to give me crap. If I didn't show up at the gym that day, he was giving me crap. He'd come to the house, get in the car, let's go. And then you got to a point where it was your lifestyle. You went. You did not go to the gym.
But like I said, I just found it like I'd be doing this program, I'm like, okay, there were the splits, there were the buys, tries, and legs, and then there was this push-pull splits, and then there's
a
this
lot of information out there.
There's so much, and I'm like, what one do I do?
Well, here's some fun fact. I'm sure you know him or you heard of him. Dorian Yates, 6-time Mr. Olympia. Right? Dorian has one of the best bodies. He stayed on his program probably 10 years, something like that. Same thing.
Really?
It's not look in the weightlifting. That's why I like to do sometimes outdoor stuff, which is I break my, I go hiking, swimming, but in the weight training, you're only moving mainly 2 planes, up, down, sides. You're not moving much. So it's important if you don't have a problem with sticking to the same thing, just try to move in different planes, and you can only, or most of the time, do it in a park or soccer field or hiking, doing activities other than that. Because you want to strengthen yourself in different angles. Because in real life, you use your body in different ways. So, but it's good every once in a while to change program. It's not like
mix it up.
Important. It's not like, if you don't, I would say no. If you want to do some progress, you want to use heavier stuff or be going more in volume. But if you can take it, if not, it's fine. Do more reps. Take it every once in a while. Do a deload week, which is you lift lighter weights for a week. So you give your body time to recover because the joints and stuff. Or you could just take a couple of days off. That will make you replenish your glycogen as well, and then you help your joints get better or recover.
Okay.
But if you don't have to keep switching programs. It's not a
well, like I said earlier, you have so much knowledge, and there's someone like me who I'm going on my phone and I'm trying to find out what's the latest and greatest and how often should I do it, and and then after a while you're just like, what the hell? You know, everyone's telling me
Stick to
something
the
else.
old school way, Rick. Stick to the old school way. Those of you
Right.
that
I
don't
would-
know the name Dorian Yates that Alex was
Yeah.
just mentioning,
I
put
would
a picture
say,
up of
yeah,
Dorian.
there you go.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. See that picture? See
Yeah.
this picture of Dorian, and the picture you put of me, the black and white, the same photographer. It's Kevin Harton. This
Okay.
one.
Oh, get out.
Same guy. He's from England, and he's a great guy. He used to work
And
for
he
Weider.
said he was Joe Weider's photographer for Muscle and
Yeah,
Fitness.
he is from here to Woodland Hills and all the
Wow.
flex and muscle and fitness and
Nice.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, Dorian was a big boy. He won. He's no stranger to Mr. Olympia.
Yeah. He comes once a year to California. He's a great guy.
Does he?
Super nice. Yeah.
That's
Goes
awesome.
to the Mecca. Let's give him a shot of the Mecca there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I gotta
that's
put my
Gold's Gym, Muscle Beach, Venice Beach.
I gotta put my glasses
No,
on.
this is the Gold Gym. Muscle Beach is down the street. It's a different one.
Okay.
Oh, I always thought they called it Muscle Beach because the front part of Gold's is outside by the beach.
No, that's recent. That's because of the pandemic.
Oh,
It
okay.
wasn't like that.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're talking about the ones back in when Arnold was there and it was on the beach.
It's still on the beach. That's the Muscle Beach is not Gold Gym. Gold Gym is the one up on Hampton Drive.
Yeah, that
Muscle
I've
Beach
been
is down
to this
exactly
one.
by the ocean.
Yeah, I've been to this one and I drove by the building where you could see the old sign.
Oh, that's Gold Gym.
The old Gold Gym.
Yeah, that's on Pacific.
Oh, okay.
That
I
was
didn't
a
know
small
Muscle Beach
one.
was different though. Cool.
Yeah, the first Muscle Beach, actually, for everyone's information, was in Santa Monica. You still can go and see where the rings are, and there's a it says this was Muscle Beach. Da, 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 da. This is where actually they started, but then I think the residents of Santa Monica didn't want it to stay there, so then they moved it from Santa Monica to Venice, where it is right now.
So was it by the pier?
Yeah, next to it, before the pier,
Okay.
before Santa
Okay.
Monica, down in the ocean. And
all
now the Venice Muscle Beach is still there, and it's exactly by the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that. I saw that.
It's open doors. It's open. You pay $10 and you can work out. It belongs to the city of Los Angeles.
Very cool.
Oh,
Very.
that's awesome.
I know. Good stuff. Rick, you got anything else for Alex before we let him get out of here?
You'll probably be hearing from me in the fall because I'm like looking at that training thing and I'm like, that sounds very interesting.
If that didn't make you feel better enough, let's take a look at this. This is where everybody could find Alex. If you choose to,
it's very easy. The Instagram is the trainer Alex, and Facebook is Fitness Results Coach, and my email is alex.jamal@yahoo. But if you reach out to me in any platform, I try my best to reply as quick as possible.
Sure.
Those of you that want, and also those of you that don't live in the California or LA, California area, I should say, like he said, he does online training, so you can get him to do that as well.
Fitness Results Coach.
Fitness Results Coach. There you go. Well, Alex, we can't thank you enough for taking time out. We know you're a busy guy.
Thank you so much, man.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the conversation, and please feel free to if you have any questions about nutrition.
We will. We'll have to send you out a Round 14 podcast shirt so you go wear that to the gym for us.
Oh, thank you.
Sure. Yeah, what size you wear?
You want it to be tight or
whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Which one you want?
There you go. There you
go. Medium is fine.
Okay.
All right, you got it. You got it.
I have to send you mine too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's trade.
Yeah, of course.
We love trading.
We'll swap out it. We'll swap addresses and after the show, and we'll get it out there. But again, Alex, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Yes,
we appreciate
it. For your time. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Take care.
Wow.
Yeah, what a nice guy, man.
Yeah, super nice guy.
Very cool.
God.
I know. But talking to him makes you want to go run down to the gym right now.
I know. I'm looking at my weights. I'm like, man, they're looking dusty.
Oh, boy. But yeah, anybody, like I said, if those of you that want to get in touch with him, his information again, ridiculously in good shape.
Yeah.
Which he should be, obviously. I mean, who would hire a fitness coach that looked like me?
Or me.
So we understand. But
and I saw Tony, I did see on his Instagram, I thought he maybe published or posted some of his a little bit of his pricing, and
Okay.
it was, from what I saw, it
Mhm.
was very reasonable.
Reasonable.
You know,
Okay.
and that's why I'm like, you know what, I may do that, because I'm dead serious when I say this, and I wasn't trying to be a smartass or joking. And
Mhm.
you know, I come down when I start working out, usually in the falls, and I do my thing, but then you start reading and you start watching and you start seeing, and then this one says to do this, and this one says, and my brain isn't wired that way,
Mhm.
you
Right.
know. So I'm like,
No, I
I'm just
understand.
constantly second guessing myself. What am I doing? What do I got to do? You know?
And like you had mentioned earlier, you said you don't know as much as I. I mean, trust me, I'm nowhere near Alex's level of knowledge for bodybuilding or for fitness, but I do know my fair share. I've been doing it a very long time, and I'm the same way, but in an opposite way. Like I've been doing the old school way of chest and tries, back and buys, back buys and shoulders and legs. Take a day
Okay.
off and then repeat chest and tries, back buys and shoulders, legs, repeat. It's like so I'm stuck in that groove where is there something new and innovating out there that I could try, especially considering our age.
Yeah.
So I definitely understand. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of, the biggest thing, like you said, and he said, it's discipline and the mindset. Once you get into that mindset and you're disciplined to do it and get up and do it and get past that hump, which I'm
Mhm.
not going to sit here and preach. I'm in no way, shape, or form
Nope.
of being past that hump. I make excuses every day. I come home from work. I'm too tired. I got to get up early. I understand the working person's dilemma. But once you get past that and you see the minuscule result, any result, you see, oh, wow, I can see my shoulder striation. Oh, wow, look, I lifted 10 pounds more than last week. Then you get a bug and you want to go and keep going.
Yeah.
And then we could look like this.
Yeah.
Well, Alex, I'm so glad he came on. He was a good pleasure guest. It was fun to talk to him.
It was awesome. Love
And
his stories. Love
yeah.
the stories.
Oh, I'm sure he's got plenty more. Maybe we'll have to have him on again sometime. We've always
Sure.
done.
Sure.
So normally we don't do this when we have a guest, but we have a couple other things to discuss real quick.
Yep.
Rick is offering 2 tickets.
Yes,
Well, go
I
ahead,
am.
Rick. I'm not going to sit there and steal your
Well,
thunder.
that's all right. Hey, go right ahead. So Tony and I had talked about. So I have obviously what you see on the screen here is 2 tickets for the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Okay, it's good for any time of the year, and I do not believe there's an expiration date on them. I have them right here in front of me, and there is no expiration date on there. Good anytime, year round. This will get you into the Hall of Fame.
Nice.
So to make this a little bit more fun and interesting for our viewers and for us to have some fun with you guys, we thought we'd come up with a little contest. And I have some of these, so we'll be doing this periodically.
Yep. So we're going to post it on the Instagram page.
Yep.
What the contest of the week is. And of course, being a subscriber to our YouTube channel, being a follower to our Instagram channel, and then the trivia or whatever contest it will be, trivia, or send us a photo of, or we'll have a few different ideas. And the person that does that gets 2 tickets mailed to them. If you happen to be up in the Syracuse area, you can use them. If you want to make a special trip, you could use them.
Or you can plan a trip. Yeah,
whatever you'd like to do.
So if you were to say save these for next June, when the International Boxing Hall of Fame has its induction ceremony weekend, which typically starts on a Thursday and goes to Sunday. Okay. This will get you into the Hall of Fame. I can tell you right now, 100%, you will meet famous boxers. You will meet famous people. Now, this will not get you into the collector's show. The collector's show is where they have memorabilia and stuff you can buy. It will not get you into that. And it will not get you into the dinner at the casino that night. But it would get you into the fist casting. So there's a lot to be seen. You will absolutely meet famous boxers, famous people. You'll be walking and they'll be like, there's Michael
Right
Spinks,
there.
or
Very cool.
whoever. So
keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. We'll be posting some real soon, as soon as tonight, possibly.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is the we threw this out there last week, a couple weeks ago. The Rocky Fans Swap Meet we're trying to get going. We've had a little bit of interest, but nothing crazy just yet. But we have Joe, and there's Joe's information down there. We have Joe who's willing to swap a handful of things. Now I'm just going to quickly show them, but obviously anybody that's interested, contact Joe, whose email is down there, and you could ask him more information on these items, what he's looking to swap for, so forth and so on. But he has a Rocky Casino chip,
Yes.
which was not in circulation. So that there he's willing to swap for something. He has Gazzo's car, the Cadillac, and I think he has a few of these.
Yeah, and Tony, I mentioned to you this earlier, because I'm not very. I mean, I'm kind of familiar with the green light because I own some green lights. I don't have those, but if you put that picture back up again, if you look at the two Cadillacs, one has red hubcaps and the other has blue hubcaps. I find it to be kind of interesting. Maybe Joe would know more about that since he bought. And there's actually two more. One with silver and one with blue, I think it was.
Okay, so you could say that. He has a Rocky IV magazine that he's willing to swap. He has a little set here where the Gazzo Cadillac and then a truck with a flatbed back. I'm not really, like we just discussed, I don't really know when that happened in Rocky. So we might have to know that question ourselves.
Yeah.
He has Rocky stamps, 5 of them.
Gorgeous. Those are gorgeous.
Those are pretty cool. Then he has a bunch of stickers. I want you, Paulo, and Drago, and Rocky IV. And I know, and it's it. That's what he's got there for offer. So contact Joe right down there, ciscojoey@gmail.com. If you're interested in any of those items and what you'd want to swap with him, and you guys can get together and discuss that. And we'll see what happens.
He said that the collector's corner price is on the cars is like 15 to 20. The one with the trailer's like 25-ish.
Okay.
I'm really thinking about trying to find something to swap for those stamps because I'm digging those stamps.
Yeah, the stamps are pretty cool.
Yeah. He said they're valued at about $10. The stickers are $3 to $5 each. The Rocky IV magazine is valued at $15, and the Rocky poker chip, it's a prototype, never, like you said, Tony, never been released. Sorry, I'm reading this off my phone. Right. I don't mean to be free looking at the top of my head. Is valued at $30, and I think Joe sent me one before. And let me tell you something, they're pretty freaking cool. So if you guys out there got some stuff that you're looking to,
trade
dust or whatever you want to trade with. So there's me, there's Tony, and there's Joe. So come on, guys. Let's go.
Rocky poker chip. There you go. I like that.
Yeah, that's nice.
All righty. So we'll see. We'll have to get with Joe to see if anybody's contacted him. We'll also put this up on Instagram page to promote it there as well. Like we already discussed that we have somebody who's willing to swap out. I'll put it on the story or a reel or something like that.
Absolutely.
And we'll see. All righty.
Don't forget, folks.
Yep. Admit 1. Well, 2. All righty, brother. It is that time. So until next week, which I don't even know, we might have a surprise next week. We don't even know about yet.
We're not even going to say nothing because we just don't know. We don't know what the hell's going on.
I hope everybody enjoyed the interview with Alex because I thought it was a good interview. I enjoyed talking to him.
Absolutely. Yes. Alex, again, thank you so much for taking the time to spend with us this
Appreciate it. Yep. All righty, everybody. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.
Take care.